Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's marquee matchup here on RPG Limit Break of our final week of the Dragon Warrior Randomizer Tournament. Tonight, we have got a barn burner between two of the best in the business who usually more or less sit atop the SRL standings. We've got Angel FM versus last year's runner-up, NESCardinality. Both of them at 4-0. One of them at the end of this will be 5-0 at the tournament, and you're possibly looking at the top seeding in the bracket stages. Hi everyone, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23, and joining me on the commentary is the one and only Edge. Well, Edge, as I had mentioned, these are two runners that you generally see on top of the SRL leaderboard, and these two are duking it out tonight. What are your thoughts about this matchup?
Good evening, everybody. So yeah, this is going to be huge because this is going to see who's going to get that first round bye and who's going to be in that 4-1 stage with a lot of other runners. So this has a lot of implications, and the seeding again is going to be insane because again, these two are very top tier runners. These guys are amazing runners, and I think we're going to definitely see one hell of a duke out here between these two runners. And as we can see, both are running strength and HP builds, so I think we definitely have a good one running right now.
Well, absolutely. There is a lot at stake, as you had mentioned, that first round bye on the line, and of course, single elimination bracket, so you love to see yourself through to that next round automatically, and I'm looking forward to this matchup. Depending on how the brackets shake out, we could be looking at a potential finals preview right here. Of course, we have a long ways to go, but we've got two of the top runners in the world battling out for potentially that number one seed.
Yeah, and looking at the stats right now, not a great HP start, but nice agility, nice strength to start, and no magic, so we don't have any spells whatsoever. Going to be an interesting seed to see how we start with the first couple of levels coming out of the gate.
Absolutely. I mean, the HP is a little bit lacking. The strength and agility are not too shabby. So we'll see when that first spell comes, how many HP we have to work with, how many MP we have to work with. So should be a very interesting start. You know, it could be one of those starts where both of these runners could be slogging their way through, you know, depending on the enemy set, depending on where we start. So I can't wait for this one to start. It should be good.
Yeah, and we should be getting out the gate here in just a second now. And we should see what happens and at least what we have in the throne room. So here we go.
All right, we are underway, ladies and gentlemen. Got both runners here at the start of Untitled Castle. We've got, of course, a magic key for free up top. It's the two chests next to our contestants that are going to be of most importance. And we've got a cursed belt. That means one of the three search tiles in play. And we've got wings. Hey, that's a free trip. We don't have to use our key right away.
Yeah, and that's great. We're going to see both of them use those wings immediately, keep that key, and kind of take a look at it. We've got a cave right outside. Looks like we have possibly Swamp South right outside the castle.
You may be right about that. It's hard to say without me looking at the map, but yeah, this very well looks like with this trek that Angel FM's going, but we've got an Axe Knight and it's stop spell. They got a chance, but with 12 agility, they've got hurt, which isn't terrible. So hurt and stop spell, I mean, you could definitely do worse than this.
Yeah, that's not terrible. And he looks like he's super casty here too. So Erdrick's armor early could be very nice for our runners with that Axe Knight.
Yeah, so we won't be able to see if that is for sure, but we have a good idea that that's probably the south connection of the Swamp Cave. Meanwhile, NESCardinality trying to take down this enemy, the Magic Drakey, and gets perfect bid. Too bad.
Yeah, so we do see Angel going to check out, I believe he's safe, so we're going to check out the armory first. We do have the potential for a gold grind, and just have some fairy water there as well. Silver harp, and the guard just deciding, no, this is mine.
Oh, the most dangerous enemy in RPG games, the NPC characters, as we find a dragon scale. Angel's going to go ahead and reset to keep that key on hand, but that is now knowledge that Angel has. So what we have for that silver harp is we will trade it into the old man who's in a cave. That will give you the Staff of Rain. That's one of the three items that we need to get the rainbow drop from the Jerk Cape to build the path to Sherlock. The other two items, of course, the Stones of Sunlight and Erdrick's Token.
Yeah, and then of course the other two pieces, Erdrick's Big Stick and the armor, going to be important to keep that DL2 doing half damage, and then taking a little bit off of that Hurt More spell as well as the stop spell resistance and the 1 HP per step. Angel going a little bit north, trying to test the waters up here next to the bridge, trying to see what's going to be there.
Trying to take this Drakey on for 3 experience points and is successful if NESCardinality can do the same thing. So that is going to be a level 2 for both. We've got 3 power, 13 speed, 2 HP, and 0 MP. Still no spells.
Yeah, so that at least takes us out of the red on the HP, but man, that defense already is really nice. So we're already kind of in a really good spot here, taking down quite a few things. NESCardinality sees a Warlock there, so that zone changes just right after you get past that water.
Yeah, Warlock's kind of not ready to take them on just yet. 21 to 28 HP does give 28 experience points. Could be a nice mid-range enemy to tackle later, but NESCardinality checking this town, and we've got coal, a potential big item here in the search town. Remember, we have at least 1 cursed spell, so there might be something here.
Yeah, we do this check, and we find Erdrick's Token, so there is the first of 3. And we do know that the Silver Harp is in the castle, so we now have 2 locations. So not a terrible start to this seed.
While it's nice, we call it the Erdrick's Tease at this stage of the game because, it'd have been nice to have found the armor or the sword here this early on, but we'll just have to make do with what they're given.
Yeah, so NESCard having that little bit of advantage because he did take a little bit north right there and able to see. If Angel can maybe try to take a little step north, he'll see the same thing and be able to pick up what he needs there as well. But I think he's kind of just grinding the gold to get that extra key so he can go back in there, unlock, and pick up his items out of the castle. Nobody checked the basement of Tangel, so we don't exactly know what's there yet either.
But here comes level 3 for NESCardinality with 6 power, 2 speed, 2 HP, 8 MP, and we've learned Repel and Heal More. Now here's something that you don't see every day, Edge, is that NESCardinality, you're not seeing it incorrectly, folks. He did buy a bamboo pole.
So it's actually interesting to see that he decided, hey, I'll take that extra little bit of attack. It's not a bad play, but at least he knows that the gold's in there. You're super close, and we can get if we get a decent gold grind. As somebody pointed out earlier, there is full plate and another pretty decent, I believe, broadsword in there. So that's not a bad piece of information to have for later.
Yeah, what makes it a great play, in my opinion, is that it gives you that little bit of extra attack power that makes enemies like, magicians, drakeys, and magidrakeys and ghosts much more appealing now.
And Angel taking that couple steps north, he did find coal. He did pick up level 3 as well, so now he's got that. So now this is going to be interesting to see. These guys are kind of in step with each other level-wise. They're in step exploration-wise, so it's going to be interesting to see who breaks out first.
Well, here comes level 4 for NESCardinality. That's going to be 4 power, 1 speed, 2 HP, 1 MP, nothing else. So nothing to write home about on that level up.
And to answer the question in chat, yes, NESCard did check the treasury. Both have the knowledge of what's there, so they know what's in there. They just are trying to get that little bit that they're going to need.
Looks like Angel decided to pick up a couple of herbs. Going to sell that cursed belt to get 180 gold pieces, and I would imagine we'll continue to go on a shopping spree for some more stuff.
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me if he just takes that wings back and just goes ahead and gets that next set of keys, and then he... I don't know if he checked the armory there, but hey, if he didn't check the shop, he'll at least know that something can be used for this gold coming up here.
I like this play because with 120 gold pieces, you can use the key that he already has, and he can buy some more keys, and now he can do that gold grind if he so wishes to choose.
Most definitely. And then, of course, we still have a basement check to see, so it ought to be interesting here in the next few moments to see what Angel does past this.
He's not going to check the basement, so the basement still remains unclaimed for the time being.
Yeah, but at least he's going to get his second piece. He's got the token as well, so he is 2 items in. Here we are, 6 minutes, so this is not a terrible run. These guys are doing really well with this.
Absolutely here, and the next level up, as a ghost goes down for another 4 points, will be at 82 points. So this Magic Drakey will put him very close, 5 away.
Yeah, we've lost a little bit there, but we'll have NESCardinality back here in just a second. Meanwhile, here we go with the key grind for Angel FM. And I think right after this, we probably should see what's in the basement.
By the way, Twitch being Twitch, that never happens, does it? That never happens, Edge.
I mean, come on. Nobody does that, right?
Right. And it's a cave of some sort. I still can't tell without a match.
I didn't see which direction he goes or went as soon as he come out, but it looks like we have Tablet Cave and Angel FM navigating Tablet Cave with no problems here.
Yeah, if you're going to have somebody do a Tablet Cave in the dark, these two are your go-tos. They have been doing Dragon War randomizers for a long, long time. They know their way in and out. They don't need a torch or that Radiant spell, and we have gold inside that chest.
All right, so not a terrible thing to see, but not a great thing to see either. Gold is not bad, but you kind of want hopefully something nice, maybe Death Necklace or Fighter's Ring out of that.
True, but I don't know what was in Cole. I mean, he does now have some spending money. If there's chainmail or a large shield, I mean, Angel's right there.
Well, we do have magic armor and broadsword in there, so not a terrible idea to maybe step in and out of the castle a couple times, pull a couple of gold chests, and come get your at least your broadsword out of there.
Yeah, take a look at this. Angel is going to the shop, and he is going to buy the chainmail, I would imagine, and probably the small shield too.
Not a terrible play. I mean, the defense starting out on this one's really nice, and just padding that defensive stat just going to help out a whole lot here.
Opting not to buy the bamboo pole, though, like NESCardinality did. So, and we see now NESCardinality, he's back into the treasury, and I would imagine he's going to do the same thing. He'll buy the keys. Or no, he opted not to buy the keys, it looks like. So, yeah, the wings, remember, the wing, oh, wait a second. Does NESCardinality still? Yes, he is going to be able to buy some keys. So he must have did the same play, gotten those extra pair of wings. I did not see that in NESCardinality.
Yeah, he at least got enough to get that first door open so he can get some more keys after he hit the armory, because he did see the armory as well. So it'll be interesting. If he goes down, he's going to go downstairs and find more gold. So he'll be able to pick up a couple more pieces as well.
And down goes the Magician for Angel. That'll take him to level 4. NESCardinality now going to the Tablet Cave. He'll see the gold.
Yeah, and I see NESCardinality did pull level 5. It did have a significant strength boost to it. So if Angel can do that, his hands will be a little better, taking some of this stuff down. But again, this is not a terrible idea to maybe grind a couple of times in here and pick up the gold that he can and go pick up a broadsword right off the get-go.
I will say this much is, we haven't talked about this yet because it's been very early and we haven't done much exploration. It's going to be hard for these runners now to take on a metal slime because both of them are well over the 20 strength threshold. New rule wrinkle we have on metal slimes this year is if you have less than 20 strength, they will not run away with you. But in exchange, we've reduced the amount of experience points you can get early on. 32 points times the level that you're currently on. Still caps out at 255 when you reach level 8.
Yeah, and that scaling metal slimes is just to make sure that nobody can run away super early with it. And I do understand it, but hey, it's not a bad play. And we do see the ghetto broadsword grind right here, so Angel's going to have that massive attack power boost for him right now.
Yeah, who needs that bamboo pole? But you know what, though? NESCardinality is one step ahead of Angel. He's also gotten the broadsword.
Alrighty, so now both of our runners with that broadsword. As soon as Angel can hit level 5, he will see that massive strength boost as well. Our runners are sitting in really good shape, and of course, Ness now could take on those warlocks we saw earlier. And Angel finding an Axe Knight again out on the overworld this time.
And with that 28 agility, going to be tough to get away from it. Yes, stop spell and hurt. And it looks like they're high on spells, much like you had alluded to earlier. But all it takes is one chop, and back to start you go. And Angel does manage to escape.
Yeah, and NESCardinality finding out that the Wraiths do have to hurt more spells, so getting sent home a little early, not what he was envisioning, but he is able to pick up some more gold here. So nice little play there. Meanwhile, Angel is grinding out on some things. Oh, another Axe Knight.
I will tell you this much, though. He did manage to take down a Metal Scorpion for 31 points. So closing in on NESCardinality is leveling here, but yeah, keeps running into Axe Knights. That's never what you like to see. And, you know, getting that gold at the treasury is not an insignificant play for NESCardinality, because now he, too, can get the chainmail and the small shield.
Yep, and Angel having a very nice time with these Axe Knights, just getting away with no issue. Honestly, in my opinion, is a little freebie for him, but that early RNG luck could come back to bite him later. We'll have to see what Sharlock brings later on.
And there's a Magician, no problem at all there for NESCardinality. Red Slime wants no part of Angel, so NESCardinality still has that little experience point lead, but at this early stage of the game, this is pretty close.
Yeah, so going across that second bridge over there, finding nothing west of the castle, or east of the castle, so we'll have to see how that plays out. And of course, Angel finding a skeleton should be an easy takedown for him with this ridiculous AP right off the go. Oh,
you say that, but unfortunately the skeletons just threw a curveball at Angel with the DL2 breath.
I'm gonna learn not to say that when that comes around sometimes. But yeah, that's a bit of a curveball there, because that's gonna
Speaking
hurt.
of Metal Slimes, NESCardinality takes one down for 160 points. That's huge for NESCardinality. That's going to be some leveling up there with 9 power, 2 speed, 3 HP, 4 MP. That's level 6.
And here we are, level 6, still only having repel and heal more. But again, if you want a more spell, that's the one that you want to pull first off.
Yes, Bovinity mentioning in chat that there was a change. Yes, because he was at level 5, it's 32 times level 5. So that's why he only got 160 points instead of 255. At level 6, he'll get 192 points.
All right, so the Metal Scorpions are pretty nice to play with, because they do have Stop Spell, and they are pretty heavy on it, looks like.
Goldman and Angel trying to run away from it does not want 255 golds, because they're only worth 6 experience points, but they're nice if you need a quick cash fix. But looking at the situation right now, we don't need the cash at this time.
Yeah, and unfortunately, no. I was going to say, not again. Angel's going down to that poor little Goldman there. He's not going to get away on that shot. Meanwhile, NESCard kind of getting a little bit of the exploration in here, going to take on this, or try to get away from this Magic Waiver, and it does. Still trying to get that exploration going.
Yeah, the problem is he's running into everything but the kitchen sink. This blue slime is not a problem. The Magic Wave, on the other hand, is a problem for NESCardinality, and he'll be sent back.
Yeah, this early, and with the defense still kind of low like it is, these Magic Waverns are just not quite ready what you want to see this early. But Angel taking down quite a few Metal Scorpions here. He's getting that 30 experience points a shot. It's giving him a hand getting caught up here.
And right now, that Metal Slime's why NESCardinality's in the lead by 100 points. You take that Metal Slime away, it's actually Angel who would be in the lead with the experience points.
Yeah, Angel having level 5, that's, like I said, that huge strength boost is going to be really nice. He just needs to catch up a little bit, get that next level, catch back up to NESCard. He's going to do a little bit of an aggressive grind here.
Yeah, it does look like both of these have now resorted to grinding in the same location. So if that is indeed the case, you're looking at both runners pretty much in a stalemate, with NESCardinality having that slight experience lead for the time being.
Yeah, Metal Slime does kind of help with that experience lead, but he also has the exploration, because he did branch out a little bit, has seen a little more of the map, does know which directions he can and he can't go at this point. So it's going to be interesting to see how these two play out. And of course, we do have Swamp South right there next to the castle still, so if we do need to try to break away for another spot to try and get away from some of this stuff, we do have it.
Here comes level 7 for NESCardinality with 2 power, 0 agility, 2 HP, 3 MP, and we have learned a couple new spells just a bit outside, but here's the big one. They got hurt more.
All right, so the cannon starts already. That opens up a lot of things for these guys to be able to level on. The Axe Knights, if you've got 37 HP, if you can get a low roll on Axe Knight, you might be able to get that second shot off. So not a terrible thing to have.
Here we go. Yeah, now with that Hurtmore, those Axe Knights become a very appealing play for these runners. And once Angel gets that level, you would imagine he's going to try to grind on that or maybe do some exploration. NESCardinality, unfortunately, finding a dead end.
Yeah, and now we do have Angel trying to branch out a little bit with some of this exploration, hitting level 7 or hitting level 6. So it'll be interesting to see which direction he goes versus.
Man, that bridge had a whole big nothing burger on both sides. My word.
Yikes. So now we got to find out which direction we go from here.
All right, NESCardinality has a Droll Magi. He's going to at least try to take it down with what he's got. That starts with a 15. There's 16 more. Yeah, this next attack ought to do it. And it most certainly does. NESCardinality will pick up the 58 points.
Yeah, and Angel now back at the castle. NESCard taking on another Droll Magi here. It looks like Angel is going to take off towards the cave, looks like.
All right, and that's pretty essentially a death warp there for NESCardinality with no resources left to go. As Angel takes down another Warlock to get to 205 experience points, needs to get to 337 to get to level 7.
Yeah, and it looks like Angel and NESCard both are going to take Swamp South because there's not a whole lot around here. They can go south past that swamp, but I don't know if there was much around that direction.
There's a Metal Scorpion. That's a nice little experience boost there for NESCardinality. We'll be able to one-shot it with ease for 31 points. But here, now, again, Angel, the problem is he is not at level 7 like NESCardinality is, because that would have been a golden opportunity if he had that Hurtmore. And it connects to Garanham.
Very nicely done. So that's 3 chests they can pick up for free, not having to waste a key on it. Let's see what we have back here. We've got more gold. We have gold. And the death necklace. Not a terrible thing there.
I will say this much, that is some cursed gold that Angel just picked up, 666 pieces, and it takes us to perhaps another continent, because it takes us to a desert, like in the middle of nowhere just about.
Yeah, so Angel picking up the large shield. NESCard will be picking it up very shortly. I didn't see if there's anything else in there worth a shot, but our runners do have magic armor back close to the castle once they're able to maybe initiate a gold grind here shortly.
Yeah. Both of these players are going to buy that large shield. Both of these players, the Snowman's going to end Angel's day, unfortunately, though.
Yeah, so this isn't terrible right here. Angel does have that knowledge. He can get back there. Doesn't have outside just yet, but once he hits that next level, he's going to be able to breathe that sigh of relief and get past all this stuff a little quicker with like NESCard is here. NESCard finding out some of these skeletons here. He's already got enough to one-shot the skeletons, not have to worry about that evil breath.
Interesting. NESCardinality actually did not check the shop. Only checked the armory to buy, some herbs. He did not check the shop. That's interesting. So he will not. So he will not get that large shield right now. Angel, I believe, does have it, but not NESCardinality yet.
Yep, Angel did pick up the large shield, so he does have that. He's got a little bit of a grind going here if he wanted to, but he's going to go back in there and check to see what else is in that shop, see if there's anything that might help him out a little bit.
So if we can light that up there's another large shield. That was actually the same shop. And was that a half-plate purchase there for Angel?
Yeah, half-plate purchase is going to be huge key because that's going to put his defense power right where he needs to be, kind of take the edge off some of that damage. And a Wolf Lord right outside, not terrible because that's about 52, 58 experience. So that'll get Angel pretty close where he needs to be.
Here's level 8 for NESCardinality, which is going to give 4 power, 6 speed, no HP, 4 MP, and we've learned Stop Spell.
Well, that's kind of nice now because we're going to see that Axe Knight has Stop Spell as well. So if we can get that off first, that's going to be really nice for these guys and make it a lot easier for them to take those down.
And here comes level 7 now for Angel. He's going to see about that Hurtmore, and his eyes are probably about to light up knowing how he can probably take down some Axe Knights and get some big experience. And we find Hawk's Nest, and if we do see an Axe Knight on that spike tile, this could be huge for Angel.
Yeah, I can definitely see Angel catching up. because you have that town of Gardenham right close, so you'd be able to get your resources back pretty quick.
But before, it's just a warlock. That should be no problem at all there for Angel. We're just a couple of spaces away from the spike tile. We're going to use an herb to max out on HP, and we find, look at this!
You know right now Angel's face is just beaming. Now he knows that that's there. This is going to be huge for him. He's going to catch up and the stick to go with it.
Wow! Angel just hit the jackpot here in Hawksness.
Man, this is exactly what you want to see if you're Angel. Now he's going to get that level 8. He's going to be right there with NESCard. I guarantee you he grinds till about 10, 11, or 12 to go out of here.
And the longer it takes for NESCardinality to find that, Angel's going to start pulling away.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Unfortunately, NESCard has not found Hawksness yet. Yep, Angel going to get sent home off of that, but not a terrible thing. Now he's got the sword.
Yeah, not a problem there, but now Angel knows about it. Now the question is for Angel, does he continue to grind on that for now or just continue to explore? If he just decides to continue to explore, it won't be a big major loss for NESCardinality, but as it slowly chips away, as Angel now has that big sword, Angel's going to get into that lead very fast.
Like I said, I think if you're Angel FM right now, I think you go back. I think you get that knowledge and use it to your best advantage. I don't think Angel realizes he got outside yet.
He does not know about that, but he might be checking the spike tile here in Swamp Cave. I mean, if that's also, an Axe Knight, which it is.
Wow! So right next to home, you've got the Axe Knight grind. That is amazing. So now you have your choice. Do you go and hit the town, or do you just stay there next to the castle? It looks like he's just going to stay next to the castle and grind this one out.
Yeah, this is huge now for Angel, because now he can just do the grind here at start. And, if this ends up being a Princess Gwalen seed, it's going to be not a problem for these runners.
Most definitely. And, of course, they don't have return yet, but they can get wings right there in Gardenham. So I think you make a preemptive save. You go outside and just run with it and take her home just in case.
All right, now, just Angel pushing the right buttons, gets level 9. Got some agility there, but the HP and MP were, hardly anything to write home about.
Yeah, just a couple of HP, 1 magic point. But the agility, again, the key factor here. 52 defense power out of 48 agility. That's kind of where you definitely want to see things right now.
That's a good question. Why do you attack rather than use MP on a blue dragon? Well, there's 2 problems. Number 1, blue dragons are pretty resistant to hurt more spells. And number 2, it takes 2 connections to kill a blue dragon. So take it as you will.
Meanwhile, Angel FM getting ready to see off this next Axe Knight. Oh, no, he's going to take off. I was going to say he's going to see this next Axe Knight and definitely see what this next level looks like. He's about to hit 10.
Certainly here, as there's a Metal Scorpion down. And NESCardinality continue to purchase some herbs here. So now he's going to check he's going to heal up at the inn.
Yeah, and we see Angel coming around. He's going to pick up these last 2 pieces of gold again, come out on the other side. He's just about full plate ready. So that's kind of, he does, because the Death Necklace was there, so we have that extra boost of gold, but I don't believe we have a full plate in here.
I don't think there's a full plate in this shop, but yeah, he would have enough to purchase the full plate if we knew where one was. But yeah, NESCardinality runs into another blue dragon.
The RNG is just not where he's wanting it to be. These blue dragons are being kind of brutal, but he is going north, so he is on his way there just to get what he needs and hopefully see Hawksness.
One perfect bid!
Oh, man, that is tough to see. He's right where he needed to be, just steps away from seeing Hawksness, and once again sent home.
Right now, the RNG is totally favoring Angel at this early stage of the game.
All right, we do see NESCard finally traveling south, so we're going to kind of see what's in this new zone here. Hopefully something nice, because that was just, ouch, man, right where he didn't want to be.
Yep, and Angel picking up 5 strength, 3 HP, 6 magic points in that last level up to level 10.
Once again, no spells, so we're just kind of sitting with the 5 that we do have. The other 5 just out there in the breeze, but it doesn't matter. We have both moored right now. Not a terrible thing to have or be needing to see right now. And chat throwing it out there. Not checking the spike tile with Hurtmore and Swamp really proved to be a game changer, and I do believe that's going to be the case. Angel has that early grind very nicely done. He's just going to grind this out probably to 11 or 12 and probably then go start on his exploration out through a lot of different places now.
Yeah, he could go for as long. Wow, he gets a 30 on that Erdrick sword. He could two-shot this guy. Not this time, but it's a free shot, so he will get another 135 points or 130 points on that Axe Knight.
Yep, 11 coming up here real quick. And of course, NESCard is grinding out here on these Wraith Knights and a couple of other pieces and parts just south of the castle. Oh man, I mean, with Hurtmore right now and kind of where you're sitting at, you definitely got to check that spike tile.
Oh, I agree. And now Angel just picked up level 11. Here come the numbers with 5, 0, 3, 15, and we have learned Heal and Sleep.
Man, this is getting to be where Angel wants to see things. He's level 11 now, 106 attack power, 52 defense. I think you go for the exploration and see what you can get out of it. Oh, the NPCs again.
Wow. I want those NPCs on the Green Bay Packers defensive line because that was some good blocking there.
Well, there you go. Angel gets out there, gets his rest. He's got a full complement of resources now. He's got a little bit of cash in his pocket, and looks like he's heading back into the spike tile here.
Why not? I mean, it's right there close to home. I mean, he doesn't know that NESCardinality has run into all kinds of problems with getting sent back at various times.
Yeah, this is just not what you want to see if you're NESCardinality. You're trying to make the best of the situation. The HP stat is lacking, and you don't know about either spike tile, knowing you're so close to Hawksmith and a great spike tile in the cave.
Now, I'll tell you what, despite this, NESCardinality is still only about 870 points back. I mean, it's not significantly detrimental at the moment, but you know that Angel is going to build on that lead, and that lead is just going to keep on growing. I mean, the longer it takes NESCardinality to find out about these spike tiles, Angel could put this away, and it would take a disastrous Charlock dive for this to not pan out for Angel at this point. I mean, we're early still, Edge, but right now, I mean, everything is coming up Angel.
Yeah, it's still early, and it's by no means anybody's not mad at this. This could definitely be a lot of things that NESCard can do to get right back in this, but he definitely needs to find that spike tile really quickly. And of course, Angel is just whacking away at these Axe Knights, getting that early lead going with the experience.
The next level up is at 3,000 points. That's 2 more Axe Knights to go, and with the resources that Angel has, 62 not able to take it down this time. Just a chip shot, and we'll be able to get another 130 points. 1 more, and that'll be level 12.
Yeah, this is definitely, like I said, this is a very nice seed for these two to see. Axe Knights casting Stop and Hurt. That's just the golden plated piece right there for experience. And we do have level 12, which is going to bring us 3 power, 4 speed, 4 HP, and nothing else.
Yep, Hurt, Radiant, and Return still left unclaimed. All 10 spells must be acquired by level 16 or sooner. So yeah, another meh kind of level that Angel picked up. But yeah, he's pulling away. And that experience lead just doubled within the last couple of minutes, up to about 1,600. And NESCardinality sees this Axe Knight.
Yeah, so he does now have the spike check done. He's got everything he needs. He's going to start grinding here. But I think you see Angel before too long probably going to run out what he has and then go and do some exploration on the other side of Gierenham here. And if you guys are not following these two runners, make sure to go follow these guys. These guys are giving us an amazing race thus far tonight.
And NESCardinality, now that he sees this Axe Knight, he must surely know that he's behind.
It's not a great feeling, but all you can do at this point is just kind of run with it, get what you can, and then hope that you can, at least get some experience to catch up and then get some exploration done.
Angel out of resources. We'll go ahead and fill her up here at Garanham. I'll tell you what, in spite of all of the, experience grinding here, we really haven't explored much. I mean, there's still a lot of towns that are still at large, like Breckenary and Rimmaldar, and we haven't found Cantland, we haven't found many caves, no Jerk Cave, no Trading Cave, no Freebie Cave. I mean, there's still, sure, Angel does have the experience lead, but exploration still could be a factor in this one.
Oh, most definitely. And if you end up getting down in one of these caves and you find one of those two monsters that you really don't want to see, such as a red dragon that has sleep and is just super punchy, not something you want to see. Finding it down one of your exploration caves, or golems that you just can't get away from.
Angel, that's another 130 points. Next level is at 4,125, so you're looking at 3 more of these Axe Knights, and Angel will have level 13. Now NESCardinality finally checks the weaponry, and he's going to see that large shield. He'll go ahead, finally make that purchase, but he's probably thinking to himself, man, I could have made that purchase 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, so the only thing he doesn't have is the sword, but he hasn't been to Hawks yet. So if he can get past this and get into there, we might just hopefully have something going on here.
This next Axe Knight will do the trick for Angel's, able to get it down, and here comes level 13 for Angel FM. Here come the numbers we've got. 12 power, 7 speed, 10 HP, 1 MP, and we've learned Repel.
Actually got hurt on that one.
Excuse me, yes, hurt. My bad. Yes.
Yeah, but hey, that's not terrible. That's exactly what you want to see right there. So now we've got another spell out of the way, but the impressive HP boost, that's what you want these Axe Knights on for longer if it comes down to just swinging.
Now, it's still too early to tell at this moment, Edge, but we're already sitting at 121 attack power, and we've only got 60 HP. The attack power continues to boom like this, forget the Death Necklace. It's not going to be in play.
Yeah, most definitely. And of course, Lord of Sin said, I should have let him roll this. I just wanted to give Angel something today, and apparently I didn't have I told him that I've been rolling good seeds lately.
Well, you gave him something, all right. You gave him a gem. That's what you gave him.
Well, both our runners are definitely getting this gem going here. So it's not a terrible piece. Again, this is anybody's race still. There's a lot of exploration to be done. There's a lot of caves to be found. We're going to have to wait and see what happens here.
Angel again low on resources, so time to fill her up again at Garanham. Let's see if the NPCs decide to... Well, that wizard had one job to do, and he didn't do it very well.
Well, there we go. He gets through with no problem this time. No NPC blockage. Going to get that resource refill. And again, that HP is really nice. The 13 points right there was exactly what Angel wanted to see. Now we have a question. Do we keep going? Oh, he's going to keep going.
Might as well. I bet you he's going to keep on going until he's leveled enough to go to Sherlock, or at least darn close. But here's a golem, is able to escape. Those golems, we really haven't seen what they can do, but we know they can pack quite a punch. That's level 12.
Yeah, so now NESCard's sitting at level 12. He's got that little bit of resource boost there, but not great. It's the next level he's going to want to see 13.
He's going to remain about 1,800 points back. And that's actually going to grow because he was not able to one-shot that Axe Knight like Angel was able to do.
Yeah, so not a terrible thing, but he's at least able to hit the 1 heart more, catch the stop spell, and hit him with the sword. So we're not too bad here. But yeah, if I'm NESCard, I'm definitely wanting, hopefully soon, if I feel behind, definitely want to get some exploration.
He got max roll on that hurt more, and that still wasn't enough to take down the Axe Knight. That means that one either rolled 66 or 67.
Man, that's rough too. When you see a max roll and you're like, okay, and then nothing.
I mean, you do the math there. Axe Knights have between 51 and 67, so that is 17 different numbers there. So that's a 2 in 17 chance that max roll doesn't do the trick.
Yeah, okay, so the question in chat, what locations are left to find out there? So literally the only things we have found is Swamp South, Cole, and here and hawks this. Everything else is still in play.
Look at that, 17 MP and what was that, 17 strength? Holy Toledo. Yeah, forget the death necklace. We're already at 138. We're already rolling between 9 and 19 on DL2. The only problem is we're lacking in both HP and MP.
Yeah, and again, that could come with a little more time, but it's not unfortunate to see 17, 18, or 19 to finally get the stats we need on some of this other stuff. And agility has petered out a little bit. We're only at 59, considering that this was a huge jump early on the agility portion.
Absolutely, yeah. The agility is definitely flatline, so trying to escape from those enemies is going to be difficult. And another thing is, look at our defense right now. It's only at 57. I mean, we're going to get hit really hard against DL2, even when it doesn't use its DL2. Of course, we still don't even know where Erdrick's armor is, and that could be anywhere at this juncture.
Yeah, with all the search spots still to be found, possibility of coordinates, there's no real ruling out where it's sitting at just yet. But again, that's going to require us to get out of this cave and get some exploration done. Which one of these guys is going to probably break out and do so here very shortly.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's who decides to make the exploration first. I mean, you would imagine that Angel is gonna do it sooner or later, just given the numbers. I mean, the only thing that's really stopping him is the HP. The HP is really low.
Chat throwing it out there. Angel has magic armor money, which is in Cole already just by grinding this Axe Knight. Yikes, man.
That is the beauty of, having Garanham next to the Swamp's spike tile. When you're low on resources, all you got to do is make a quick escape, fill her up, and you know what? You keep all that gold. You can buy that silver shield. You can buy that magic armor, because anytime you take a death in this game, you do lose half of your gold. And Angel FM has been stuck on 6 deaths for quite some time. Now, NESCardinality, again, continuing to do the grind, but he's now 2,450 points back of Angel.
So chat asking, how did Ness get behind? A lot of bad RNG. Unfortunately, Ness not finding this spike tile super early. And it looks like Ness is going to pop in here, save a key, pick up some needed pieces, and then possibly refill. And who knows where he's going to go from there.
At the moment, Angel FM, running away with the experience, but NESCardinality, one of the best mappers in the world in Dragon Warrior Randomizer, and if he's going to want to bring this one back, he is going to have to crush it on exploration against Angel. That's, right now, to me, is the only way.
Most definitely, I agree. Looks like he's going to go ahead and take off for that. He's got a lot better stats now, so the blue dragons that were giving him problems earlier, he might be able to get past these guys now.
Well, here's the test, and there you go.
And there we go. He does get away. So that's a nice piece for him to see. He's not even wasting any time with the Stoneman that put him out early. He's putting him to sleep and getting away. He wants to get this exploration done.
Meanwhile, 2 more Axe Knights for Angel. He's going to have level 15, and NESCardinality will put... Oh, the miss! The miss on the sleep spell! Are you kidding me?
And that is unfortunate, because sleep is usually pretty easy against those guys, but this one right here, he just said, I am not tired. We have business to discuss.
Clearly, that Stone Man has a Team Angel flag in its back pocket. As here comes level 15 with 2 power, 7 speed, 8 HP, 14 MP.
Nice gains there. Gives Angel a lot more of the stats he's looking for. Puts him at 66 agility, 61 defense. I do think we are about to see Angel take off to do some more exploration as well.
Yep, and he's got more than 10,000 gold in his pocket. Now, I don't know if we have a magic armor here in Garanham. We'll check again. I don't know.
We do have a magic armor here, as well as what we had in Cole, but it's going to be a nice pickup for him, because he's going to have that 33% hurt and hurt more resistance, as well as one out of every 4 steps is going to be healing 1 HP.
Great purchase there, for Angel. And you see that defense, raise up to 69, which means that with the DL2, remember that the benchmark is 86 for 48 damage or less. So at 82, you've got 49, 78 is 50, 74 is 51. So you're doing, it's 50, it's still 53. It's still 53.
Yeah, but again, we still have the armor to find. And then, of course, we've got a couple other bits and pieces that will help out if we do find a Silver Shield grind, which we do have a Silver Shield in Cole, I believe. I don't remember if I saw that in there or not, but there we go. NESCard picking up the princess.
We find the Twin Cities also on Angel's side, starting with Rimmildar. And yes, we do see NESCardinality rescuing the princess without any knowledge if we have coordinates in the seed or not. And a cursed belt, well, that means we already know that 2 tiles were in play because, Hawksness and Cole are both accounted for. What we don't know is if there are coordinates or not. We would see a 3rd cursed belt to confirm that, but who knows?
Yeah, and this now is, again, exploration is the key. So we're seeing Angel make a big play here. Unfortunately, NESCard he's not had the RNG with the pieces and parts he needs in play. The Stonemen are not being nice to him. The Blue Dragons have been harassing him. Angel, on the other hand, has just had everything go his way thus far.
Absolutely. And, that's kind of been the difference, more or less, is, that NESCardinality has taken a few very unfortunate deaths right before discovering very important landmarks. Here's Angel discovering the town of Cantlin. Can you believe this?
Okay, so now we have the possibility of coordinates getting ready to happen right here. And if there are coordinates, man, this is going to be interesting.
And if there are no coordinates, then NESCardinality will have rescued Princess Gwaelin for naught.
Alrighty, so here we go with the heal more. We've got a couple more steps to go. This low HP is not working in their favor. And we do have 38 south, 52 west. This is going to be the second continent on the coordinates, looks like.
It looks countable, but yeah, considering that there are 2 continents, I think rescuing the princess in NESCardinality's situation was the right choice.
Yeah, at this point, you really don't know what the continent count looks like. You've been all over the first continent, so you might as well just grab her up and see what's going to happen with that.
NESCardinality safely returns Princess Gwaelin, and that means now we get Gwaelin's love, so that now we're able to find out exactly where the coordinates are. So now the only couple of major things that we haven't seen yet in terms of non-cave locations is the town of Brecconary, and we still haven't found Charlock either.
Yeah, that's going to be a key part, man. I do believe it's going to be on this other continent. But Angel is going as far as he can on this coastline just to see what he can find. Meanwhile, NESCard is going through the cave and looks like he's heading back to the spike tile.
Now, in terms of caves, we really haven't found anything. I mean, we still do not know where any of the old man caves are. That's right, not one of those 3 have been accounted for. Still haven't found Mountain Cave, nor have we found... Well, there's the Jerk Cave. We have found that.
All right, so Jerk is found.
Garrett's grave has not been found yet either. So we still need to find, though, the Stones of Sunlight in order to get that rainbow drop from the Jerk.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's a nice piece for Angel, but not what you really want to see this early, especially when you're on the exploration grind, trying to find all the parts and pieces just so you can get this done. We still got to find the Staff Cave, and we still have to find both of those other caves just to find out if we're going to have to go through the search tiles. There's still a lot in here that has to be done.
All right, so Angel continue to do the exploration, finds another cave, and still has 34 HP. Just going to use that heal more just in case. And we find that this cave is, I can't tell unless we light it up, but Angel's ability is, he's not going to light it up for us. So you know what cave we've got, Edge?
That's going to be Mountain Cave, because we had Tablet underneath the castle, so this one has to be Mountain Cave.
Yeah, so the only one we haven't discovered yet is Garen's grave now.
And these Axe Knights are just everywhere in these caves.
Oh man, you love to see that because, not only are you doing exploration to try to get the chest, you're going to get 130 experience points a pop. And, they don't attack very often, so you're able to pretty much preserve your resources. And look at that. Angel just two-shot him without the hurt more.
Yeah, that 140 attack power right now is coming in clutch for him. He's going to repel everything now at this point. He's like, I'm tired. I've got things to do.
As long as, the Axe Knights decide to use spells, Angel's going to lose. Well, there's the attack that he didn't want to see.
Yeah, but he low rolls on that attack, so it's not really hurting too bad. He's still got plenty of resources. So there you are, 75% stop spell, 75% hurt. These guys are super spell heavy.
Yeah, so they're not going to attack very often. There's a magic key behind this chest, a fighter's ring for another 2 attack power as if Angel needed it.
Man, this is getting to be craziness on this attack power. We still have, man, there it is.
Is able to escape from the fun police and find a curse spell? Well, that's old news. We already knew that all 3 tiles were in play today.
Yeah, so now it's going to be interesting to see how we get through the rest of this. That red dragon, that run luck right there was just amazing for Angel. But NESCard has another cave on his side, and it's the free cave. Here we go. What's inside?
Well, it means it was either a key, it could have been an herb, it could have been a torch, but nothing to NESCardinality's interest.
Angel FM finding the Stones of Sunlight, so he has everything he needs just about. He is almost ready to pick up his drop and get going to grind and go mode.
He's almost at grind and go mode. There's 2 things he's missing. Number 1, he's missing, obviously, the Trading Cave. The other thing he's missing is Erdrick's armor. Once he finds Erdrick's armor, he's going to be, if he finds it quick, he's going to be in a dominant position.
Well, at this point, we do know that the overworld search tile is going to be one of 2 things. It's going to be the flute, or it's going to be the armor. So, man, you got to hope that it's flute for these guys.
It's going to be flute. It's not going to be that easy for these runners. I'm already calling for the armor in Sharlock.
Yeah, armor on the judges' table would just be the icing on the cake on some of this stuff, but you just got to hope that it's flute because these guys have just kind of looked at this and seen how easy this run has been thus far. We're 49 minutes in. We're already at 15, 142 attack power. Man.
All right, NESCardinality's now found the Twin Cities, and he'll find out about the coordinates as well.
Yeah, so NESCard is starting to pick up some of that exploration that he's needing to catch back up. He's just a level behind, but that's not terrible in this case. He's only about 2K behind. He's catching up. So as long as Angel sees some of these tougher enemies and starts seeing some of them taking a little off of his exploration game, NESCard still catches up pretty quickly.
Yeah, right now, and that's what it's going to take is for Angel to take a very unfortunate death, right before maybe say the Trading Cave to get but he does find a cave here.
So we still have 2 caves out there that are key to see.
Well, you just said 2 caves, and we have found them both, so this has to be the grave.
Yep, that's Garen's grave right there, which means the other is his staff turning cave. So he'll have his rainbow drop, but he does not have the search tile. Meanwhile, NESCard does have Gwayland, so he'll be able to find out if those coordinates are pretty close to kind of where they're at on this other side. Oh, he's going to check it too.
Yep, J.J. Schmidt making a very big point here is that for NESCardinality, it is going to be because we find the fairy flute in the chest here, so it is going to be the armor.
And NESCard has the princess, so he is able to get that armor before Angel, as long as he doesn't have any kind of craziness happening in the next few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, and I mean, unless Angel knows how to do some of the best second counting in the world, he knows he's probably going to have to rescue the princess to claim his armor. And if he does so, all we need to do is find Sharlock, because that's the only thing we haven't found yet. Yeah,
Sharlock's still missing, so looks like Angel is going to head back, and he's going to get his magic refilled. Looks like he's going to go rescue the princess, bring her home. Meanwhile, NESCard is still super close to that.
He's super close to that, but right now, I mean, you're looking at the numbers. I mean, again, we are still lacking in the HP, and, the MP could be better. But Once we get that HP boon, we are ready to go.
Yeah, and I mean, Angel could see that on the next level. He puts the belt on?
He put the belt on. Was that a mistake?
I think it was an unfortunate missed menu because he was trying to hit that. Youch.
Oh, dear.
So now Breckenary for NESCard is going to be important.
And now he finds out at long last about Oxness.
Yeah, so he's going to go in here and he's cursed, but it's not going to kick him too much. He does have the hurt more. He's going to see that. But right now, for NESCardinality, Breckenary is a huge piece he needs to find.
He runs into a rogue scorpion and just going to use the hurt more. No problem there.
All right, so finding out that the Axe Knights are right here, he's going to get this hopefully one shot, pick up the sword, and he's going to be right where he needs to be with his attack power as well, so he is getting super close to what he needs.
Absolutely. I think what Angel's going to be doing right now is that he's going to continue to grind until he knows he's ready to go into Charlotte. Then he's going to rescue Princess Gwalen, pick up his armor, and then just try to find Charlotte and be on his way to go 5-0 in the Swiss rounds.
Yeah, and again, we've kind of thrown that out there that this race is super important for these guys right now because he's close, so he's about to check it again. Here we go. We are 2 off, so he needs to go north a couple of steps. He's going to find the armor. That is a huge pickup for him. Now he has that, and we have to wait for Angel to pick up the princess and get his love from her and do the same kind of search for here. But he is starting now with NESCard right where he's at. This makes things a lot easier for him because he doesn't have to worry about being slowed down by that swamp.
However, NESCardinality still has to find where the Stones of Sunlight is. Plus, I don't know if he has found the Jerk Cave yet.
I don't. He may have because he came from that other direction and when he found Cantlin. So we do have though.
We do have Armored Knights. We really haven't seen much of these. Needs to 2-shot. Oh, just going to use the sword. And there, gets the 2-shot. How about that? Didn't need the other hurt more.
There we go. Saves him a little magic. He does find his staff cave, so he now knows that other one is exactly what he needs at this point.
So right now, NESCardinality, there's the rescue of Princess Gwalen as level 16 has been picked up. That was a big HP boost of 17 there for Angel, but we're still not quite ready yet, especially with the defense that we've got.
Yep, so 17 is going to be a level that we have to get to. And of course, stones are engraved, so we know that for a fact. We're just waiting on that to happen. On NESCard's side, meanwhile, we have Angel picking up a little bit more money. Not sure why, because he's got plenty of money as it is now.
He might. This is a long shot to say the least, because he's still going to have to grind. He might now. We've seen a silver shield, have we not?
I think there's one in Cole, but I don't remember off the top of my head just yet.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that silver shield could still be in play, to give Angel one final defensive boost. But it's going to cost 14,800 gold. And don't forget, we do have a gold grind available if needed.
Yeah, but neither of them has... we're getting from chat. Silver is in Rimmelsdar. So we do have a location where the Silver Shield is guaranteed to be.
Well, what do you know? That's the appropriate... I don't remember the last time I've seen this. That's the appropriate gift to take from Erdrick, the fighter's ring. Of course, you have to have some kind of wedding ring, right? Well,
there we go. So the ring now given away, but he did equip it beforehand, so not too worried there. He did get that 2 attack boost out of that. And of course now, NESCard kind of fighting around. He's doing his searching. He's still missing his stones. Or he did pick up the stones, didn't he? That was Grave, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah. The engagement ring. I said wedding ring. Engagement ring. Of course, we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here. Angel, back to the grind here. Next level would be at 12,000 points.
Yeah, and he's just hitting that grind a little bit, still searching. of course, we still have Nathan Runner has found Charlotte Castle, so that is a key piece that's still needed. And I think with this map, kind of the way it is, I think Charlotte Castle is going to be quite the walk away from the main castle as well.
Yeah, and that's going to be one thing that still could determine a winner. I mean, if Angel struggles to find Charlotte, NESCardinality finds it very quick, and he could gain some ground. But right now, it's still Angel with the advantage at this point.
Yeah, and he's on that grind. He's trying to get that 17 because he knows, unfortunately, 17 is absolutely going to have to be there because 86 HP, you're not doing much.
NESCardinality does get the double hurt more off on the Armored Knight. Low on resources, though. Use some herbs.
Yeah, got to get that power back up. He does have the armor, so he's got at least a little bit of a heal walk, but he's in this high encounter zone in these deserts and hills, so that's taking him off a little bit. But again, walking through the swamps now, he doesn't have to worry too much about the slowdown for the map.
Now, the Erdrick's armor really helps out. There's Charlotte. NESCardinality the first to discover it, so that could very well come into play. Now, with the Erdrick's armor, we talked about the reduction already in the hurt and hurt more spells, and of course we get a heal walk 1 HP per step. But also, you are completely resistant to the stop spell. You have reduced damage to both the baby breath and the DL2 breath, something we haven't seen much of at all tonight. I think we had one enemy that had DL2 breath, and that's about it in terms of fire-breathing enemies. And of course, also you're completely resistant to the stop spell.
Yeah, and that's going to play key because, we do know that the Axe Knights throw stop spell out there pretty ridiculously. So I think they're going to throw that before they try to throw hurt. So that's a key piece for NESCard right now in his later grind that he's going to have because we do know that he's got to at least have 2 more levels.
Does he know where Breckenary is? There it is. we know that. No, that is not Breckenary. I stand corrected. Or wait, there's 3 towns.
No, that Charlock was just left of Hawksness. So that left right there makes it not so hard to get to Charlock now.
Huh. Interesting. So yeah, we haven't seen Breckenary, period. Nowhere's got it.
Yeah, Breck is still, kind of out there in the wind. We do, like I said, at least know where a few bits and pieces are, but NESCard heading over to Jerk Cave. I do believe he picked up everything he needs. He's going to get his drop and we'll be done with this. Or no, I think he's just now discovering it's over here.
Right. No, I don't know if we have everything because I know he's got the Staff of Rain. He cashed in his Silver Heart, but I don't know if he's got the stones. I did not see that.
No, he's still missing. I think he missed that one cave that was over there still.
Right. That's where he needs the stones. So, yeah, he does have the staff, but yeah, he does not have the stones. Meanwhile, this Axe Knight right here for Angel, that is going to be level 17. Let's see if the boon is enough to head for the big C. We've got 1 power, 15 HP, 11 MP. I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, that did exactly what he wanted to see. We're not quite. I mean, you've got the MP, but it also depends on your dive time or your dive at this point. 91 MP is not terrible, but it's could be trouble on a very bad Charlock walk.
Okay, so let's do some math here. So we're at 148. You knock off the 1. 48 your base. Divide that by 2. That's your maximum. 24. Divided into 2 by again. Your minimum is 12. You're averaging 18. You have 11 heal mores. Math is there. He can make this dive.
Again, though, it's all going to depend on what Charlock brings. Charlock is known as the great equalizer for a reason. We have seen a lot of the Red Dragon play and stuff like that. They haven't been super mean to anybody. Speaking of Red Dragons on NESCardinality side. So, again, it's going to all depend. And of course, he doesn't even have the armor yet. So he hasn't. Oh, now he's checking the coordinates, so he's going to find that.
He's about to get it.
Meanwhile, NESCard finding the one cave he was missing, so he'll be able to pick up his stones, hopefully get over to the Jerk and get into Charlock, but we know for a fact he's got to get to 17 first.
Yeah, that is correct. Level 17 is the magic number. We need to get to 12,000 points. Now, I don't know if Angel knows the location of the Jerk Cave. I know NESCardinality does.
Yeah, we did see Angel step in. So now it's just a matter of who gets into Charlock first. Angel has the levels, but We do know that NESCard, is able to catch up pretty quickly with these Axe Knights being pretty easy for
Right, so at this point, Angel is just trying to get that armor and then make his way into Sharlock. And there's that jerk cave for Angel. He'll trade in all 3 of his items to get that rare piece of candy from the candy dish known as the Rainbow Drop.
Yeah, so at this point now, NESCard is in the cave he needs to be in. He just has to find that piece. He's finding out that not everything in there, so he got him another curse belt. Not that he needs another one. But again, Angel FM has not seen Sharlock Castle yet either.
He's close, though. Right now, he's doing the coordinates check.
Yeah, he's going to get his armor. He knows that that's there since he's already got the flute. But again, he's not found it, but it shouldn't be too terrible for him to find once he starts actually looking around.
Yeah, he's a dozen steps away from that. Unfortunately, the fun police is saying, "What do you think you're doing, Angel?"
And now we see the red dragons at their worst.
And Angel's like, "You know what? I've got Erdrick's sword with 148 attack power. I'm just going to chop you down."
Yeah, dragon stakes for all. Here we go. So he's going to use those DL strats. And NESCard now has a stone, so he's able to go get into the jerk cave and grab his drop. But he already has his armor and knows where it's at. So now at this point, just got to hope. And unfortunately, he doesn't know the level 16 is not.
And you know what? The red dragon is back for more against Angel.
Yikes! So Angel is got these red dragons. All they're doing is hitting, though. I haven't really seen anything mean or nasty from these guys yet.
Yeah, the only thing at this point it looks like they could have, if they have anything, would be heal more, and that would be the worst.
Yeah, to do all that damage and see a heal more, it's not nice. But he has it. Now he's just got to find Sharlock Castle.
Yep, Angel now has Erdrick's armor, and when we light that up, we'll take a look at his defense. It's 77, and you know what? That is still dicey. He can still hit 51 by 1 point.
Yep, and at this point, he's almost got Silver Shield money. I mean, he's literally that close just from his grinds.
Yeah, but I don't think Angel's going to be going for the Silver Shield.
No, I don't think so. With everything that's on the line at this point, and with everything that you've got going on this race, I don't think you make that call. I mean, here we go with the red dragon, fight and fight. So yeah, this is not a terrible red dragon. It's all going to come down to the Sharlock dive, and Angel is completely ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, you're at 101 HP. I mean, there is the minuscule chance, Edge, that DL2 could punch 51-51 or 51-50. That would do it too.
Yeah, but to see 2 of them high roll like that, it's pretty astronomical, I think, at this point. So at this point, we play it out and see what happens. But at this point, Angel is now in search mode.
He does not know the location of Sharlock. That's the key right now, and that is buying NESCardinality some time. So is this red dragon.
Yeah, and NESCard is almost where he needs to be at the 9750, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, 9750 would be level 16. The problem, though, for NESCardinality is the HP is not there for him.
No, he's got to get level 17, and at that point, if you feel behind, do you make the dive? I think with this, you try to. You've seen everything be pretty nice to you so far. And here we go. Angel has found Sharlock Castle.
Yeah, he took the long way to get there, but he found it nevertheless. So right now, Angel FM completely 100% in the catbird seat to win this race and go 5-0 in the tournament.
Yeah. So at this point, he doesn't have full equipment, but he's going all the way back around because he doesn't know that shortcut's there.
Yeah, he doesn't know about it, and that's the thing, that's going to cost Angel some time. He doesn't know that all he had to do was go left of the Twin Cities because it turned out to be the tri-state area, and he could have found Sharlock so much quicker.
Yeah, so that gives NESCard a little bit more time to get some pieces and parts back and get some of this grind going. He does have 16 now, so we know he's looking at this, knowing, hoping 17 is going to be it, and we do know that 17 is indeed it for him.
Right now, the only thing that can stop Angel, again, is if he gets punched hard. Like, a lot has to go wrong for Angel to lose this.
Yeah, and I mean, with 91, like you said, we've got 11 in the tank. He's going all the way around again. We've got 91, 11 in the tank. Yeah, as long as nothing, stops him too much. Here's another red dragon. Going to punch him before he gets the chance to get in there. And the excellent move from 109 just one-shots that red dragon like it's nothing.
Did miss on that hurt more, though. Did NESCardinality. 2 in a row! That's a 1 in 256 chance, ladies and gentlemen.
Ouch. Man, that is rough to see.
Well, what's also rough to see is, here's the thing, because Angel doesn't know about the shortcut, he's in Red Dragon Alley, and he has to burn resources before he even gets to Sharlock, and that's another thing that could potentially be a problem.
Now, if I'm Angel, I might have stopped into Candler, which was right next door, and picked up a couple of things to re-augment all of my resources, and possibly even picked up a couple of fairy waters if they would be necessary. Granted, you're not throwing anything off, but that's some extra damage if you need it. 148 maybe not needed.
All right, so what enemy is going to be on the spike tile today? What enemy haven't we seen? Have we seen green dragons?
We've seen one green dragon, and it just wasn't really impressive.
All right, give me a second one then. I'll call for a green dragon on the spike tile.
I'm going to go for a golem. I think it'll be there, and I think it'll be the one that just wants to be the stubborn one.
Now, this is interesting. Angel's only 179 points away from level 18. So if you have a blue dragon or a red dragon or a golem on that spike tile, he will get level 18, which might boon him a few more points.
Yeah, NESCard going back into Hawk's Nest, try to pick up 17 here pretty quickly.
It's a little less than 1,500 points away from that level up, about 11. It's actually going to be 12. 12, now he's 11x, and it's away after that kill. Boy,
Yeah,
this snowman giving Angel problems, and if he wouldn't have run away from that could have sent him back.
That was kind of scary there. Especially, with these stonemen, and that's going to be probably one of the great equalizers of this. These stonemen are just being nasty. Of course, 75 agility, this is not the greatest thing to run away from some of these Sharlock level enemies.
Like Armored Knights. And yeah, he's like, you know what? Bump this Armored Knight. I'm going to go ahead and take you down. This Armored Knight will put him very, very close to level 18. So no matter what's on the spike tile, he's going to get level 18.
Yeah, we'll see 18 here very shortly. And again, it's not a terrible thing for him because, hey, the stat padding couldn't hurt.
Yeah, I mean, what if he gets like 10 more attack power?
Wow, that would...
that
would be some impressive...
Not that ever happens in later levels, Edge, but, there's always that possibility. I mean, what if he gets a big defensive boost?
Big defensive boost right now would be the icing on the cake for Angel FM. If he sees any kind of significant agility increase, he's going to just be in the driver's seat at this point, which he technically is right now. But again, we've seen some Stoneman, a couple of things give him some troubles trying to get away, but we'll see what happens. A couple more magic points wouldn't hurt either.
Ooh, there's a golem. Could have used the fairy flute, but is able to run away. And there's a green dragon, something we haven't seen much of tonight.
And chat calling for the huge magic boost or some huge agility. Yeah, this would be crazy. And of course, Angel not having to burn any of his magic soul stars.
Here comes.
Here we go.
0, 5, 16, and 11 MP. So that does put us at 12 heal more, but he's not going to get to enjoy that. But yeah, the attack power flatline, but that is not an insignificant points there that he got. So now the Dragon Lord can only punch for 50.
Yeah, that's a huge piece in Angel's swing there, and of course, the one point there doesn't hurt him, but it doesn't help either. But the huge thing is the HP boost, 117 HP. this is going to definitely put him in the driver's seat right here, barring any kind of crazy miss menu or anything like that.
Yeah, and NESCardinality just picked up level 17 himself, but barring a death to the Dragon Lord, it's going to be too little too late.
Well, we definitely hope, for the best on both these guys' cases, but Sharlock and the DL2, everything is still in play with RNG. Of course, a miss menu is the only thing I think right now that just puts Angel FM out of this one.
And we have an AK-47 on the trap tile in Sharlock tonight.
And we've seen Angel just swing out on these guys, so he's going to do the same thing, recycle and reuse, and just get it over with.
And from what we have seen, it looks like that Armor Knights just have chop more.
Yeah, so Angel using one of his heal mores right there to get his full HP back. Finds a green dragon just before, but no problems. And here we go with what is called the best dressed man in all the land. We're going to get called a fool and start this knockout fest.
Here we go, and we are starting off with a 49, an attack. Not the worst thing. He'll just go ahead and punch for it, hope for the 2-shot. Does not get the 2-shot. Going to probably use... No, he's just going to go right for it. Just going to go right for it. Not going to worry about healing up. Let's see if he gets the first strike. He has 11 heal mores in the tank. He does not get the first strike. He's going to have to use a heal more immediately.
Yeah, just a little bit of rough luck there, but, he's going to be able to pull some of this off, I think. 117 is not a bad strat. If he gets a low roll on a physical attack, nope, still going to have to use the heal more. So he could see a double out of this, maybe.
There's the roll he needed. That's a 34 right now. We need 150 to 165 points to finish the job. Next attack, 13. It's got 47.
Meanwhile, NESCard making his dive down. Seemingly pretty easy dive for him so far.
A big 20 there for Angel takes him up to 67. So right now he's rolling above average.
And this is what Angel wants to see, the above average shots. Give him what he needs. That 12, yikes.
He's got 79, so there's a low roll on the attack, 7 to 94. He's not going to take any chances with that 40, and I don't blame him. He's still a favorite.
Yeah, and again, chat calling this one's free for him. As long as he doesn't miss menu or anything crazy, he's got this one in the books.
Up to 115. Yeah, he's almost guaranteed now. There's 131. Next attack. 19 is 150. The next attack has an excellent chance of doing it, but you don't take any risks. Needs 15 or more to cover the spread. Here comes the attack. It's 20. That is going to be enough. And ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs out for Angel FM. He has defeated last year's runner-up, NESCardinality, and will go 5-0 in the Swiss rounds.
Huge thing for Angel FM right there. He's got to be smiling right now. This is going to be big, and this is going to, affect a lot of the seeding. And, like you said, this could be something that we may see down the line in later parts of the tournament. I am looking forward to how all of this tournament's going to play out.
Yeah, I think a lot of the people who are, in that, 4-1-3-2 records are probably a little disappointed because now they're probably going to have to deal with NESCardinality in that early round matchup.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see for our 3-2s and 4-1s how that bracket plays up. Because NESCardinality, he just had a rough night tonight. Not a lot of things went his way. And official SRL or official racetime.gg time for Angel FM 114.
Just to add insult to injury, Edge, NESCardinality just got perfect bid again by that AK-47.
Man, that is so rough to see. Oh man, that's the second time he's had that done to him in this race.
Just unbelievable and very inopportune spots. It's just NESCardinality played exceptionally well, as he always does in these Dragon Warrior Randomizer races, but the RNG, just like in the finals against DK, absolutely cruel to him.
And that is the nature of our randomizer here. Is sometimes you got it and sometimes you don't. And unfortunately today for NESCard, it just wasn't right where you needed it to be.
Yep, everything coming up Angel FM tonight. He played about as perfect of a race. The only thing he didn't play well was the finding of Charlotte, but that's minor compared to the bad luck RNG that NESCardinality had tonight.
Yeah, and it's just what it is tonight. But there's more racing to be done. We still have a lot to happen. And joining us in the booth now, Angel FM. Fantastic job, sir. Well done, 5-0. How do you feel after a race like that?
All right, first thing I want to say is you did not, roll a bad seed, so I'm disappointed in you. Second of all, it's hey, at least I get a bye, but at the same time too, with the way the past tournaments have gone, first seed's been cursed.
Well, that is true. I mean, you look at last year with NESCardinality, who was but 1 HP away from winning the whole thing, being ranked number 1, and then at the very last second, victory was snatched away from the jaws of defeat. So, I mean, you do make a point there, Angel. So maybe the fact that now NESCardinality is not going to be amongst the top seeds this year, might be one of those things where he just sneaks up through the middle of that bracket and just tears everyone apart. So you might have a point there, Angel, but I do want to go over this. You pretty much, more or less, with the exception of one thing, played a perfect race tonight. Only 6 deaths. The only thing that went wrong was finding Charlotte. There was actually a tri-state city with both Rimeldar and Cantlin. There was another city to the left, which I believe was Hawksness. Just to the left of that was Charlotte. He could have saved a lot of time instead of having to go around Red Dragon Country, and he could have found Charlotte so much easier. Other than that, though, pretty much more or less played a perfect scene.
Okay, that's pretty hilarious. Besides, once I saw what the grind was, I could not run away from this grind and just decide to grind everything out.
Yeah, that was another thing, was finding the grind earlier than NESCardinality did. And the thing is that NESCardinality took some very, very unlucky deaths. Right before he got to Charlock, and he had hurt more. He was ahead of you in the experience early on. Because he found a metal slime and was able to take it down. So he was ahead of you early in the experience department. But you had found the grind first, the one in both Hawksness and the one in Swamp Cave with the Axe Knights. That was pretty much an easy grind for you. Right before NESCardinality was about to discover Hawksness, ran into a stone man, couldn't run away, and he got perfect bid.
Yeah, Hawksness was okay. But once I found that grind in Ironham with it so close to home, and pretty much just stop spell and hurt, you can't pass it up. You might as well just gain the stats that you can now before, heading out. That also helped a lot too, with just repelling everything.
Absolutely. NESCardinality, tried to neutralize that experience advantage with his exploration. His exploration was really, really good, as it almost always is in these tournament races. But that experience lead that you had in NESCardinality was more than enough to put this race away. But yeah, you played really, really well. You got some breaks to fall your way. But yeah, NESCardinality had a lot of bad breaks in this race.
Yeah,
just to interrupt here real quick. NESCard on the final floor. He has run into 7 AK-47s, 8 in a row. Yikes.
Finally runs into something that's not an AK-47. That was another great thing about those Axe Knights, is that they were 75% stop spell, 75% hurt, so they didn't use chop more very often. So even when you didn't have resources left, you could still fight for that little bit extra after you ran out of resources at the end. So, just absolutely nuts. The early grind, he got to it first, and NESCardinality didn't see that grind until maybe, 10 minutes later. By that time, you already had built a massive experience lead on NESCardinality.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me one bit.
Just really, really, really good race between the both of you. But congratulations, Angel. 5-0 in the Swiss round. Get that first round bye, and you'll be awaiting an opponent coming up soon. And you know what? I don't think we've seen the last of you two battling each out in the tournament. I had mentioned at the start of this program, Angel, that this is a potential finals matchup. Again, I don't know how the brackets are going to shake out once we've got everything completed, but you two very well could run paths against each other yet again in this tournament.
Yeah, and this was a match I was looking forward to since 2 years ago I played and I made one dumb mistake, and that ended up costing me the match, and I've wanted this match again since that time.
Oh, I finally get to mention this because we have green dragons and whatnot, and we've got the resources there. The green dragons aren't doing any damage because they have hurt. They had hurt.
Yeah, I didn't see a whole ton of the Sharlock enemies. Pretty much on the overall, except for like the stone, the blue, the armor knight, the red, and the axe knight, I think.
So NESCardinality is now in the DL2 fight, using herbs, but he's looking for that. Stop spell hype. Unfortunately, he's getting nothing but hurt mores, and there's another one in the tank. He has one more herb left. There's the stop spell that he was looking for. He'll go ahead and attack to finish it off. So here we go, the start of the DL2 fight. Does he get the first strike? He does get the first strike, and that was something you didn't get, Angel, but it turns out you didn't really need it, of course. Starts with a 19, opening double with 22. He's up to 41.
So Angel, I'll throw it out there. Yeah, this was not one of my worst seeds, but hey, I told you here lately I've been rolling some pretty good ones. But you did really well. You did fall behind experience-wise early, but you made up for that with that super huge grind. So very nice play. And of course, like you said, we said earlier, Ness just not having a lot of RNG today. He's been twice in this race, hit for exactly what he needed to be to send home, and it's just been rough for him. He's at the one failed dive here, but he looks like he's just going to wrap this one up here pretty quickly.
Yeah, currently he's at 96 with 4 heal mores left in the tank, make that 115. So he's very close to a lock here. There's 19 more for 134, and doing some quick math here. Yeah, he's got a lock. He does have a lock, even if he min rolls the rest of the way.
Yeah, and we'll be able to get those GGs for NESCardinality. Hopefully getting in here. Man, this was a rough seed, but super high attack, and unfortunately the agility just kind of dropped off completely right there at the end of this.
There it is, 171, more than enough for NESCardinality to take this one. Turns out he had 161 tonight.
Yeah, 50% fight and 50% DL2 as per the usual. So yeah, break out those GGs for NESCardinality. He has put up a very hard-fought race. We have an official SRL time of 124.10, and we'll see if we can't get NESCard in here in the booth with us for a few words right here at the end.
I will say that Axe Knight is probably disheartened that he will have no dinner and a movie with Gwaelin this evening.
Yeah, I think the key piece to this was that grind, finding Hawksness in the grind, and then finding the Spy Tile grind super early. That is the turning point to this entire match right here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was definitely one of the factors there for sure. I mean, like I said, the untimely deaths that NESCardinality had when he had a chance to get to Hawksness there. And we do have NESCardinality here in the commentator's booth with us. GG, a valiant effort from you tonight, but a lot of the breaks just went Angel's way this evening. Go over this race with us.
Yeah, so let's start with the big bottleneck before Hawksness from Older Cantlin. I imagine Angel didn't run into that. There was the issue with Sharlock where, I mean, based on the time that I saw, if I make it in one dive and Angel doesn't, then I think I win the race. So there's that. And to be fair, though, Angel was still ahead of me. But that's a factor. We could have had opposite Sharlocks. And then there was exploration luck. Finding the mountain cave last was a huge deal. Constantly worried about, whether the stones were in the grave or not. I was really happy when I realized they were in the mountain cave, but at the same time, I knew it was really bad in terms of the luck I got with exploration. So I knew everything was going against me, and I wasn't really expecting to win at that point.
Yeah, I'm sure once you saw that Axe Knights were on the spike tile in the swamp cave, you pretty much knew at that point that Angel must have had some kind of stranglehold on you in terms of the experience battle. But the thing, NESCardinality, that really set you back behind the 8-ball is that Stone Man, while you were that close to getting to Hawk's Nest, doing the perfect bit against you, and that was a tough one.
It happened a lot of times. It was stone men and blue dragons, like constantly. I must have died 4 times in that desert on the like one screen away from those towns. Sometimes close, sometimes far, but I just couldn't get through. And so I had to make the decision to grind somewhere else and get some agility, and we just weren't getting agility either. It might have been helpful if I had checked the swamp tile, but I don't know. That's kind of debatable. Kind of close.
That is true, and you're talking about that bottleneck with the tri-state area, those 3 cities next to each other. Turns out, though, Angel never knew about the shortcut from Hawk's Nest into Sharlock. He went into Red Dragon Country to have to get to Sharlock, so that was a little unfortunate on his part.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I pretty much went to Hawk's Nest. I think I died in Hawk's Nest, and then pretty much went to the swamp tile, and it was Axe Knight, and I just stayed on the Axe Knight for probably like 40 minutes.
So, NESCard, the one thing that did go your way fairly well is you got the armor first because you rescued the princess, and those the coordinates were not at all countable just due to the nature of where you guys were. So you were able to pick up the armor and make up some ground there for quite a bit while Angel was still rescuing the princess and looking for the armor as well.
Yeah, I had to keep believing. I had a few things going for me. There was rescuing Gwaelin before seeing Caitlin. There was the fact that everything else that I needed to find was on the second continent. There was one wing of the home continent that I never explored. And there was the fact that I didn't dive all the way into the grave. You know, I figured, I was worried Angel would find mountain before grave, but I figured there was also that possibility, you know, maybe he would find grave first and dive all the way, depending on circumstances. So, you know, there was, you know, in the meta grand scheme of things, I definitely had to keep going and hope for the best.
I will say this much, Motel 6 went businessless tonight because neither one of you ended up finding Breckenary, but I do got to ask you one question, NESCardinality, and I assume this is probably what happened. That curse belt, I assume that was a mismenu.
It was, I didn't realize that I had picked up another item. I knew that my inventory wasn't full, so I was gaining them in order. And I knew that Gwaelin's Love was at the bottom, and I just forgot that I had gained another item. So I was just trying to be as fast as possible, thinking, you know, Gwaelin's Love will still be on the bottom. But when I put it on, I got kind of excited because I evaluated my circumstances, and I realized that if I don't find Breckenary, and I keep careful, you know, if everything is over here, I could end up being the first person in history to win a seed wearing the cursed belt.
Right, that could have been a historic moment there, NESCardinality. Having that cursed belt on and still managing to win the seed didn't work out that way tonight, but maybe on another given race, that could have happened.
I would never do it on purpose, but given what happened, I was kind of excited for the opportunity to make that happen. I kept thinking it out, like, do I have to find Breckenary? I don't think I do. I mean, we win with the death necklace, and it doesn't penalize us or anything.
Well, you would have been fine. Of course, yeah, that death necklace definitely didn't come into play tonight. Low HP, high attack power seed tonight, so wasn't going to happen this time around. The double cursed seed wasn't happening.
Yeah. So Angel FM, you pull up to 5-0. NESCard, you pull down to 4-1. Definitely puts a completely different spin on the brackets now for you, gentlemen. Angel, you have the first week off, so you really don't have anything to worry about. But NESCard, your first, you know, you've got the 4-1 set. You've got a very talented pool of runners that you could possibly be facing. What are your thoughts going into that first bracket week?
Well, I haven't taken a close look at the rules, but I'm not necessarily going to be playing someone who's 4-1, depending on how they do it. But I assume, you know, if a 5-0 gets a bye and a 4-1 doesn't, you know, I'm probably playing a 3-2 or a play-in, something like that. But we'll see. But Yeah, my game doesn't really change based on opponent or anything. Sometimes my thinking will change a little bit. I mean, but I guess for players who have a stylistic difference, I like to imagine like, if they take a risk and it pays off, how is that going to affect the race for me if I don't do what they did, that kind of thing. But ultimately, those are kind of uncommon circumstances, and I just play my game and see what happens, and I'm really looking forward to the playoff bracket.
As most of us are, I do believe. A lot of folks are going to be playing in these coming up races for play-in races as well as last chance races. So I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of those races.
I will say this. I mean, both of you putting on a terrific show. I expected nothing less from the two players who are always sitting on top of the SRL rankings. And who knows, you two might run into each other again in the bracket stages. So should be a lot of fun when we get to that part of the tournament.
Very cool.
I have no other questions. How about you, Edge? Any questions for either of our runners?
No, I think we covered everything pretty well. Just before we turn it over to these guys for some last words, definitely go give these guys a follow. They put on one heck of a race tonight for you guys, and they're always playing something else, just giving you something to watch. So go give these guys a follow, as well as our wonderful behind-the-scenes crew, Gambit17 and Lord of Scent, who is our restreamer and our tracker for this evening, as well as LOZ Card Fan, who is my co-commentator here in the booth with me.
It's great to do commentary with you once again tonight here, Edge. But I'll tell you what, we've got more exciting races coming your way tomorrow night here, starting with the defending champion DK9146 taking on Zarnix42. Both of them already qualified for the bracket stages, trying to improve their ranking going into that part of the tournament. Right here on RPG Limit Break with Beta Strep and Mr. Holmes on the commentary for that one, 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. 8 p.m. Eastern, a very big race between Diabetes II and Janazil. They both have 2 wins, so one of them will automatically punch a ticket into the bracket stages, while the loser will have to battle it out in the play-in race. And the same thing can be said about the 11 p.m. Eastern race tomorrow night. Lavkin versus Ryguy 3745. They both have 2 wins. They're both looking to punch a ticket into the bracket stages. So I guess with that is going to draw our coverage of tonight's tournament to a close. So again, on behalf of our restreamer, Lord of the Synth, for our tracker, Gambit017, for my commentator partner, Edge, and please make sure again that you give both of our runners, Angel FM and NESCardinality, a follow. This is LOZ Cards Fan 23 signing off. Have a great rest of your evening. We will see you again tomorrow night.